Hello mixed media artists and colorists, welcome back to the channel. In today's video I've got a little tutorial, not a long one but just a little one. We are going to be talking about making postcards for friends and family as a way to give them a little piece of art and a way to cheer them up. And we are working with alcohol inks. So before we get started, I want to show you what kind of inspired me to make this tutorial, where I received some postcards from friends, and I'll bring it kind of in a little bit so you can see them. I was in a new in-person intuitive journaling class, and they had a mailing sign up for everybody, and then you make a postcard for everybody that signed up on the list. And this is some examples that I got, which was this one, which was really cool. I don't know how this person made it, but I really enjoyed this one. And then I got this little house. I won't show you the backs of them because it's got my address on it and some really heartfelt personal messages on there from the people that I was in group with. I like how this one was made with collage and different papers and stuff. This one was quite interesting too, with the stitching. I'll bring it up a little closer, you can see the stitching and the different thinking of you. This looks like some sort of like a chalk was used, some paint, all kinds of stuff. So there was this one. It also had an embossed background with different colors, and I thought that was really neat. So there's that one. This one was done from a photograph one of the group members made of a trip that they took, so to Arizona, and I thought this was really neat, of the etching and the paint marker on top and gel pen, I believe. So that was pretty neat. And then I got this one that says "You are worthy." This was the first one I got, and I was really struggling with, you know, feeling down and feeling I wasn't quite good enough, and then this came in the mailbox at a good time, saying that I am worthy no matter what I'm feeling inside. So, and then finally, this was an unexpected postcard. This is the Raymond Auditorium in Nashville, Tennessee, and it says "Take me to church" on it. It's a little dark. This one was actually sent to me by my mom. She got to tour there, and she also knows that I love to collect postcards. And the neat thing about this is that back in the day, my grandparents used to go to the Raymond Theater and travel down there. So it was a nice way of connecting more with my grandparents, since both of them are in heaven now, and taking a little trip on memory lane. And the Raymond Auditorium is where the Grand Ole Opry first started at. So that's this one. And so and then I will show you what. So these are the ones that I created, and then we're gonna make a couple together here in real time. And then these are done with Tim Holtz Rangers alcohol ink. So I have 4 of them, and I have 18 of these to make, and they're kind of all different. You can see the gold and the blue. You can change it to a different way and stuff. There's this one, which I thought was quite cool. So, and then there is this one. This was the last one I think I made. I'm not sure what the order was. So these aren't completely finished because I have to seal them when they've been dried for a couple days with the varnish and UV. and I will do a little video about that. So the materials that you will need for this little tutorial is I've cut up postcard size poster board. You can also use Yupo paper for this, or the alcohol ink cardstock that Ranger puts out in Tim Holtz. You can also use glossy photo paper. You can use other synthetic papers, but I found that with practicing, just the poster board works really well for me, and it's fairly inexpensive because Yupo paper can get very expensive. So you need one of those, several of those. If you also need a pair of gloves. Isopropyl alcohol, I've got it in this little, you need above 91%, nothing less than that. Inks, which the two colors that we're going to be working with is Sailboat from Tim Holtz, and a mix in the gold maxitive. So I've also put down a piece of paper towel on my drawing board to collect any excess alcohol. And then our last thing is a hand blower. I also have next to me a heat tool in case I need it, so to also move alcohol around and just to make sure everything is dried. So let's get creating and see what we can get with making a couple different postcards here. So I'm gonna put my gloves on. Also, I forgot to say welcome if you are new to the channel. Welcome back. Welcome. We're always happy to have you here and learning great stuff. If you're a returning viewer, thank you for continuing to support the videos and to watch them. So, and I hope that everybody's having a good week on this hump day. So I am actually having a good week myself. So here we go. So I always uncap my ink. Let me see if I can bring it down a little bit more so you can really see what I'm doing. I'll bring the paper down so we're in view. So I'm uncapping it, and then I like to put the cap next to the bottle of ink so I can see where I'm putting it. So I'm just gonna drop a few drops of ink. Sometimes I just like to do that. And the mixatives you do have to shake up. So I did do some shaking. Put up next to that and see what we get. Oops. And then I always go in with like a couple drops of alcohol. And you can already see the ink and the mixative reacting. And then I like to get my hand blower out and kind of blow out and get some wisp going. And you can watch as the color kind of changes, and I just kind of blow the ink around and move it around till I get what I like. Yeah, maybe that's too much gold. So one thing I will do is add extra alcohol in certain areas to kind of break some of this up, so that I can kind of move. because alcohol ink dries extremely fast, so you have to work fast. And so now I know this looks quite messy, but by the time we get done with this, this won't look as messy as this. And sometimes I like to put more ink in places, just to darken the color up a little bit. Kind of move it around. I mean, this isn't a technique or anything. This is just me playing and experimenting on what this is going to be. You can see with the this also helps me get past like the suckiness. That didn't come out. Like the messy stage of like allowing yourself to just continue to play when it might be bad, or just to play around and experiment. And if you continue to go back and add alcohol, sometimes you can get the ink to move more underneath. Now let's see here. See if I can activate some of this over here a little bit to get it to move. We're gonna do, this may be a little noisy. I'm gonna try to bring in the dryer a little bit, because sometimes that gets some things moving in certain directions. Let's add some more ink over here. Let's see what that does. See how this changes it a little bit. I just kind of saturated it with a bunch of alcohol. Out of screen here. And there we go. Here is another postcard. It's actually really simple. So, what an interesting background we've got here. Very abstract-y. Lots of gold though. So, lots of different wisps and so then we put it over here. We'll do a couple together. So I'm gonna actually start out with putting alcohol down first with the blue. Start moving this around. Now let's throw some gold in the mix here. Now, I'm no expert at this. I'm still learning. There's lots of different techniques that I haven't learned yet, like creating the wisp effect. I do have another heat tool coming that is more preferred than what I bought. Coming tomorrow. So I am excited about that because hopefully it will help me get the wispy stuff, because I would like to do other things than these backgrounds and test my feet into the water. I want to show you something else that I have learned. Oh boy. Hang on, guys, just a second. It'll plug. I didn't realize the battery was almost dead of the camcorder. It should take me about a minute to plug it in here. There we go. Saved by the charger. So this other bottle I have is also full of alcohol, and it can do some pretty cool effects. Like if you spritz, you can get some other interesting designs. And I'm just gonna kind of let it dry a little naturally. Break up all that gold. Here. Start it. Now I've got my hair dryer set on low because you don't want it on a high heat because you can melt your paper. But what I wanted to point out to you guys is look at this effect that I got in the pattern of the ink. And that's from spraying the alcohol. I don't know if you can see it. I will take pictures of these and pop them up on my Instagram so everyone can see. Mandy's Art 2002. So if you aren't a follower of me yet, please do go check out my Instagram. I put a lot of the finished coloring pieces that I do when I'm coloring off camera, different art pieces and stuff. So, and of course some everyday life with my studio buddy. So, Toby. So when these all completely dry, then I'll seal them with a varnish and a UV gloss spray, and I'll do several coats of these to protect them from fading because alcohol ink is not archival because it's based out of a dye. So, and that will be another video. We can probably talk about that. I can probably shoot my process and make a video about how I spray and seal these. I also make alcohol ink tiles, and I am working on learning some new techniques and following some tutorials, actually doing full-on pieces. Like I said, this is a great way to make little Happy Mail. And when I'm done with all of them, all 18 of them, as you see, some of the ink has gone through the back. So what I'll do is I'll cut a piece of cardstock that is the same side of this and glue this on top of the cardstock, and then write my little note and send it off to a lady that's in my art group, journaling group, just to send her a little encouraging note to say hi. So I just thought we'd do a couple together and show you how I make these. I hope that you enjoyed watching this little mini tutorial, and we'll come back for some more. And I just wanted to remind you all that I am so grateful for all the support you've shown my channel, and continuing to liking and commenting and subscribing. It really means the world to me. It just means the world to me that you guys are enjoying it. So I hope to see you on the next video, and take care, everybody, and remember that you're loved by me. I hope you have a great evening. Bye now.